Well, there, DSD, you're certainly looking good there. We got you on the sunny side of the camera here.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely a beautiful day today, up in the 90s, and I'll take it.
We're going to let this car get by you here. We're going to inch up and hit the right lane.
All right.
So tell me the year, make, and model of the truck you got there.
That's a 2017 389 long hood. Got a 550 Cummins underneath the hood, 355 rears with a 18-speed transmission.
10-4, and what are you normally hauling with that truck there?
A little bit of everything. Everything from steel coils to generators to crane parts. Whatever fits on the trailer. If it's profitable, we'll drag it.
Earlier, when I was calling for you, you mentioned that you would have liked me to get you on a day where you're all shined up and looking good. But there's nothing wrong with a dirty, good-looking work truck there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a work truck. Just so happened this week wherever I stopped, gravel yards, and this week with the safety boots going on, gotta make sure you got your I's dotted and T's crossed. That's for sure.
10-4. We're going to slide in front of you again and let this truck get by you.
Alright.
Earlier you said you're from Wisconsin. Where about in Wisconsin?
Just outside of Green Bay, just south of Green Bay, there's a little town called Denmark. The same place trucking company is based out of.
Alright, 10-4. And I guess I should ask, if you want, who am I talking to there?
Sy Kunesh Jr.
How long have you been trucking for there?
I've been doing this for 20-some years already. About 23, 24 years. It's been a good life for me.
Oh, that's great. Mentioning that you say a good life, what would you say to a guy that wanted to get, into trucking, or a guy that was fresh in the trucking? You've been doing it for that length of time, and you say it's been good to you. What would you say to another fellow?
Well, it's just not a job. It's definitely a lifestyle. If you like to travel and go see things, and don't mind being away from home, and that's the biggest thing. It's definitely not a 9-to-5 job. A lot of variety. Different scenery, different weather. Each and every day, it's something different every day. It's no matter where you're at.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of guys agree with you there on that there. There's two other gentlemen here in the vehicle with me. I'm in the passenger seat for once, and Evan Steger from Evans Polishing up there in Wisconsin. He's a driver today, and in the back seat there's Brian Burke from the Pull and Weight magazine. And we were just chatting a bit, and Brian's like, you should ask some of the guys some questions that you normally don't ask. And I'm like, you know what? You probably should. So, in those 23 years of driving, what are some of the crazy things that you've seen out there on the road, or some really great experiences? Tell me some stories there.
I think the wildest thing I ever seen, I forget where I was, but I was out west somewhere, and they had a mock-up of a little red radio flyer that was a big old oversized load. I mean, obviously it was going someplace for display, but that thing was just huge. I guess other things I've done, I was actually on the NASCAR circuit for a while there. Pulled the number 9 car for Milling Racing for 3-4 years with Lake Speed and Jerry Nadeau. I mean, then did highway construction for 10 years, a lot of oversized, a lot of equipment, hauled yachts for about 3 years, and hauling the yachts, there's a lot of satisfaction with that. You get somebody's baby down to Fort Lauderdale, and you got the owner of the boat there sitting there thanking you for getting it there in one piece without a scratch on it.
I must say that must have been interesting to haul yachts. Again, you're dealing with a whole different type of customer.
Oh yeah, that definitely is a completely different, little bit different line of work there, because it's one of those deals where it's kind of rare in this career where you get to the other end. I mean, people are actually happy to see you and they're thanking you. It's definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, I definitely imagine so. So you said, off camera there when we were chatting there for a second, you said that you're breaking the truck in. How many miles you got on it there?
I got a whole 6,000 on it. This is only the second week out with it. Went down to Georgia and back last week, and ended up coming down to Texas, and I'm working my way back home this week.
All right, 10-4, how's it doing for you?
So far, so good. It's kind of nice, seeing some good numbers on the fuel mileage and stuff like that. Definitely a lot quieter ride. It's definitely a smooth ride.
10-4, what is it? I guess in the beginning here, the first several thousand miles, you expect to get good fuel mileage. What are you getting?
This week I'm averaging 5.7. Last week I was almost at 7. So, but last week I was pulling a step deck and not the curtain here. Usually with the curtain, usually you lose about 3/4 of a mile per gallon depending on the wind conditions and stuff like that. So, definitely get better fuel mileage with the step deck.
10-4. When I do these rolling CB interviews, try to get the perspective of a lot of drivers in different situations and whatnot. What's your take on that? What would you want to say to a motorist that was driving around your truck there in order for them to maintain some safety?
Well, a lot of people, when they go through their driving lessons and stuff like that, and here in the cars, they definitely don't have the perspective that we have up here in the cab. There are a lot of blind spots around this truck, and you set your mirrors up as good as you want, and it's you just got to give these trucks room to stop. We don't stop on a dime like a car, and it takes us a little bit longer to accelerate. But we got a bird's eye view up here. We can see a lot farther down the road, and if we're trying to get over a lane, it's there's a reason for it. There might be somebody broke down on the side of the road or a squad car or something like that, and just give us room, don't tailgate us, and try not to cut us off.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. All right, the guys here in the car, they're ribbing me, and I kind of asked for it because one of the other questions that they're like, let's ask them oddball questions, and of course you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. Of course, you might have a family back at the house, and of course you may, maybe nothing's ever happened in your bunk, but they're like, you should ask some drivers what's the craziest thing that's ever happened in their bunk.
I guess we'll keep it G-rated here. I remember one time I reached up in the refrigerator behind the seat and reached out, grabbed the water or something, and went to go close the door, it wouldn't close, and so I kind of pushed it a little bit harder, slammed it harder, and got to be the end of the night, pulled my shoes and socks off in front of here, walked them back, and stepping in something that didn't feel too good. Well, what happened, a container of yogurt fell down and got in the hinge of the door there, and as I slammed the door shut, I had yogurt all over the place.
Oh gosh, I'm sure that didn't make for a good smelling situation either.
No, it wasn't.
That's it. 10-4. Thanks for sharing there.
You're talking about Evan's polishing there. Is that Evans out of Joplin, Wisconsin there?
Yeah, that's him.
10-4.
I'll let you holler at him here. Give me a second.
Yeah, this is Evan. What was your name again?
Sy Kunesh. I used to drive for JJ Trucking. You probably seen me down to La Pond or Green Bay a couple times.
I sure did.
Big Red 379, truck 212. Let's get around this truck here. I'll slide up behind you.
10-4. How long did you drive for J&J?
I drove for Brian and Merrill there for about 5 years.
How many of those years did you end up going to Waupun?
The first year I did it, ever since I got in the red truck there, I think 4 years in a row, I think I went to Waupun. I had that one up in Green Bay for 2 years, I think, up until, that show ended.
Actually, that show goes on still. It's just actually more of a vendor show now, and a little bit of the show trucks. Piontek sends a few trucks.
Okay, yeah, that one year I didn't get any mailing on it or anything like that, and I called Piontek up, and they said there wasn't much happening for it that year.
Yeah, that show in Green Bay has definitely shrunk down quite a bit. It isn't quite what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, once they took it out there downtown there along the river, I mean, that was a nice place for it. That, you know, just sad that you just couldn't get the draw of trucks for it.
Yeah, I always thought Green Bay was kind of a tough area to have it, and the venue really wasn't that great after they moved it off the river there.
Yeah, I think there usually was something else going on that weekend too. I don't know if that's when I-80 had their show, or there was always something else going on that weekend, I think.
Yeah, the first 2 years were the same weekend as Walcott's truck show, the Truckers Jamboree, and then now they do it in the middle of winter.
You know, now that you mention that, I remember being in Green Bay one time, and they had a chili cook-off going on too, didn't they?
Yes, sir. They do it at the Shopco Hall now.
Okay.
Well, it's good to see a fellow Wisconsin person all the way down here in Joplin. It was a long ride down. Been doing some polishing over at the show this week, and when we saw you rolling through, I just thought it'd be nice to see another Wisconsinite.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's kind of just got the factory shine on it. You can see the buffing marks and stuff in it, but yeah, maybe we'll work on getting this down to you one weekend down there, and you can work your magic on this thing.
That sounds great. Actually, if you're headed over to Waupun this year, we'll have a few of our Team Renegade members will be flying in to hang out with me, and we'll be doing quite a bit of polishing right before the Waupun Truck Show this year.
Yep, that's the hope and the intention, to have this thing down to Waupun this year. I don't know if the boss man's going to have his up and ready to go for it, but yeah, I think he's kind of getting the itch to take his truck back to the shows.
What color is that truck that he's driving?
Oh, it's the same paint scheme as this one, Don Wood. He's had his truck in the show Telecalendar a couple times.
That's right. I was trying to remember what the owner's name was, and it's Don Wood. That's right. Yeah, if you ever feel like stopping by, you guys are always more than welcome. I know you guys aren't all too far from me, and the schedule's usually pretty booked up, but we can try and schedule you in. It'd be fun. Well, it was good talking to you. I'm going to send you back to Chris. Thanks a lot.
Hey, 10-4.
Well, it was nice running into you and chatting with you a little bit. You have a great ride back to the house there.
All right, I appreciate talking to you guys too, and you know, with those videos and stuff you do, kind of shedding a positive light on the trucking industry. It's you know, a lot of times you kind of get a bad rap out here. It's just nice knowing that somebody's doing something good for, you know, good and positive for the industry here.
Well, you be safe going up there by Wisconsin, and we'll hope to see you soon.
All right, you guys take care. Enjoy the show there.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you.